Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Is there anybody out there? Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. I do have some things to work on. And I was wanting to stream today. I was just waiting, seeing what Andy was going to do. Hello. Okay. We can work on some PSUs. This PSU works fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm doing some reverse engineering. But hello. Now my voice is not great. I've had strep throat. Just finished off my antibiotics today, so it kind of is what it is. So yeah, rumors of my death have been greatly exaggerated. I've just been working with my day job a lot. Then I got sick. Couldn't really record anything or do anything live. Just working like a dog. Excuse me. I need to cough a second. Just a second. Okay. So, I do have a PS5 to fix. I fixed one, I think was it yesterday that I was going to do a video on it because I thought it was going to be a really good one to do a video on. And turns out it was supposed to have been struck by lightning, so I thought it was going to be, hey, Andy. Anyway, but it turned out to be just a dead south bridge, so I didn't do a video on it. So I've got another one today we can work on. Excuse me. I am sipping on some Fireball whiskey, trying to heal my throat a little. I do have another PS5 to work on. I've got several supplies. Roy of Roy's Repair and Resale, I think it's called. I think that's his YouTube channel. He sent me a bunch of supplies. I have not opened the box, so I don't know what he sent me. Could be a snake in there. I don't know. Oh, goodness, my voice. But anyway, yeah, Roy sent me a bunch of power supplies. Got a box full of them here we can take a look at, or we can look at the PS5. And if I knew how to do a poll, I would ask, but I don't know how to do one at the moment. Hello, hello. Let's see. But yeah, this power supply here is, it's fine. It's fine. I've just been looking at it, making a schematic to it. This is a 400 ER. Actually, I had to repair it. It had the transformers had gotten knocked off the board. I best I remember. It had physical damage. Both these transformers had busted off the board and broke the connection, so I had to epoxy them back together. And anyway, but this is the one I wanted to use for my measurements because it hasn't been modified in any way. I had to repair these transformers, but otherwise I haven't changed any components. Nothing's been changed. So this is a good one this is a good one. I call a reference one. So anyway, what did I do with that case? Here we go. I'm going to set that to the side. And maybe we'll look at this PS5. If I can clean off my workbench enough. Now the face cam, what I figured out with I'll do some experiments. I bought several little USB cameras. I was going to use one for a face cam, and I've got one, pointed over here at my meters and stuff. Where is that one? Like that. That one right there. I can only do one. I'm not going to do multiple. This particular camera is just a cheap camera that I got at Walmart, but it will do like motion JPEG output. So if I can't do a compressed, output of it, the computer can't handle it. Like the USB hub can't handle it. It has to be something compressed. So because what kept happening to me, I could get one camera to work, but not two. So pick which one you want to work. But I may give it a try if I get two of these, which they're not that great, but they will do motion JPEG out. Maybe my USB hub in the computer can handle multiples of them. That's my working theory right now. So I'm working on it. I am working on it. I need to show you, I've got a new, I've done some changes to my room. I'll just spin it around. See if I can show you guys. This is my little test stand over here. Picked up a bigger TV. I've got another table. I got a big shelf over there full of consoles and stuff to mess with. That's all kind of new. That's something I've been doing while I was sick and I couldn't really record anything. But yeah, I got a 50-inch 4K TV, so I can actually test them at 4K now. So we'll be doing it. This is the PS5 I need to work on right here. Come to think of it. This camera's not a very good camera, but it's good enough just to show a few things. But we're gonna be working on this bad boy. I've been sitting here letting it wait. I wanted to fix it yesterday, but I said I'll wait and use it for a stream. Hey, Russ. Yes, Russ is a member. I think I have 3 members now. Thank you, Russ. I finally turned on members. Excuse me. YouTube was applying the pressure to turn on memberships. So what the heck? I did it. But thank you, Russ. Oh, there's Dave's Unbranded. Hello, Worms, of course, Worms. Picotronics, yeah. The gang's all here. Let me see. Let me get my microscope out of the way. Now, this console has a multitude of problems. Let's see. Let me turn that off. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see in that picture. The HDMI is pretty much gone. I don't think that's its main problem though. And also the front USB-A port is mangled. So I have reached in there and just like separated some of the pins. But I don't think that's its main problem. It does not turn on. It has mangled ports and it does not turn on at all. Doesn't even make an attempt. But the power supply does seem to work in it though. Just watching the my meter over there. Oh, let's see. Let me spin this back around and I will show you what I mean. Okay. So if I set this here, let me get my AC cord in here. All right, if I flip this on, see that dip? That's the power supply starting. That's the surge current, dropping the voltage out of that transformer. All right, so she has power, but Very, very dead. Nothing, no sounds. Now this could just be a dead south bridge. I don't know. I have not opened it up. I mean, I know it needs these ports, so I'll have to do that as well. But that's what we're starting with. It is rather dead. Rather dead. Let me switch back. Okay. You know, I had one with tore up ports before, and that got me to thinking. I saw online that some companies, like is it GameStop, if they toss out a console, they intentionally take a pair of pliers. The employees are told to destroy the ports. And I think I've worked on one of those before because all the ports were destroyed, and it didn't occur to me that it was intentional, that somebody had tossed out the console, and they don't want it reused. Hi, optimized logic repair. Yeah, I do prefer dead. That's what I prefer. To me, you get a better chance of repairing something if it's completely dead. Unfortunately, sometimes, you know, you've seen videos on my channel. I'll buy one that's totally dead, and it turns out that they combined a dead power supply with a, you know, dead APU board. So I'm buying it thinking, oh, great, this is a dead one. We've got a short somewhere. We got a dead supply. Yeah, not too bad. And then you fix the supply and realize it's got, you know, major problems on the main board. But yeah, I heard that I think it's GameStop that does that. Maybe somebody can confirm that just they wreck the ports before they throw it in the garbage. And I guess some people fish them out and sell them to people like me. I bought along those lines, I bought a multimeter years ago. I've still got it over there somewhere. A multimeter that's the size of this PS5. An old HP multimeter that wasn't working. This is 5-6 years ago. I don't remember. But I bought it not working. Opened it up, and they had drilled holes through the circuit board. I mean, like, you know, 3/4 of an inch size holes had drilled right through the circuit board. I was able to go in and jumper across all the big holes in it. But I think that's another thing. It's, you know, somebody with a government, this thing, it may have had a government sticker on, I can't remember. If it's like government surplus, they have to disable it or something. There's some weird rules to that stuff. But anyway, let's get on with this thing if we could. I had taken this cover off just to see. Still not turning. Still no beep. No, no. I don't have power on right now. Yeah, somebody's been way into it though. It has not been. It's not sealed. That sticky piece is missing there. You can see where they manually walked out a disc. And for some reason, this cover over the, storage expansion has been like sanded down. I mean, I can see like sandpaper marks on it. I don't get that. It's kind of strange. It shows up too. Hey, you can see it in the camera. I don't know what happened there. Oh, Andy, did you come back? I'm still watching your stream over there. It still shows you on the toilet. No roaches, no roaches. All right, let's get the covers off. This is the only one I've got laying around. I have bought another one. It's not here yet. I've just been working so much, I hadn't bothered to to buy anything. Probably should have, because there'll be a gap in my work here soon, and especially around the holidays, maybe missing a screw there, and I'll have lots of time to work on things. And well, let's face it, I've got plenty of power supplies to work on, which we can do that too. Maybe in this stream. if we're still streaming. If my voice holds up and my microphone battery holds up. I need to move that a little. That's as wide as this camera overhead will come out. So why is that screw stripped? Oh, that's not, it's in the wrong hole, isn't it? No, that's not. Well, we got stripped screws. That's always good. Stripped screws. Let's see if I can help it get out. What did you do here? This is one of those fine threaded screws. That's what's supposed to be in there anyway. Oh, not good. Not good. Not good. That's one of the screws that's supposed to be in the back. One of the pointy ones. Ooh. This could be bad. If they got those mixed up, we can have a hole in our circuit board. Maybe they just didn't put anything in the back. Maybe they didn't. Let's all have positive thoughts there. They did not force the wrong screw in there. You trying to play oh no? Sorry, I don't have any of that set up. I'm far too simple for that. But I will consider it. It just kind of comes down to time, if you know what I mean. That wasn't hooked up, was it? Did I unhook that? I unhooked the one from the Blu-ray, but I don't remember unhooking that one. All right, I'm kind of curious now what screws are in the back of this thing. So let's just take a look. All right, there are no screws in the back. So maybe we're safe. They just didn't put them in there. They just did not put them in there. I'm going to go ahead and pull this board out. I got a feeling. Has somebody been reading UART errors? I don't think so. Ah, yeah. Oh, is that on? I'm sorry, I still got the other stream going. I still got your stream going over, Andy. Man.
Oh no!
I'll have to mute it. Let's get on into this one. This could be bad, though. I do have the feeling it's been worked on quite a bit. Looks like they did put all 120 screws back in the perimeter of this. I have plenty of these screws, and I have cut my fingernails, and now I can't pick them up. See, Andy is back. Got his power supply. Oh, it's not a power, it's a speaker amp. I'll get this board out and we'll take a look and see how much current it's drawing. I need to wake up my power supply over there. Haven't even turned it on this morning. So do we have multiple problems? I don't think a shorted, like even one of the front USBs was shorted. I don't think that would keep it from turning on, because those ports don't get power until it's, you know, turned on. They don't have standby power that I remember. Has this thing had roaches in it? I'm seeing a little bit of nastiness there on that cable. Just a little. All right, is that enough screws out? Oh yeah, that came right off. Don't see any signs of flux yet. Not yet. And this is EDM 010. Early model, although it doesn't have the you know, metal pieces and the putty that you see on some of the early models. I need to. They broke the. This cable is installed backwards. I was looking for the tab to pull it out. It's down there, stuck in the front panel. So they've had that out as well. See if I can get this out. I wonder how damaged this ribbon cable is. Let's see. Sorry, I need to go back and check. I honestly, how's it smell? I can't smell. My sense of smell is pretty much out of order at the moment. I mean, it'd have to be totally rancid before I could smell anything. My nose is not working. Ooh, nice dry spot. Very nice dry spot. And on the APU. Ooh, yeah, we've had roaches. We've had roaches. So we may just have a shorted. I see a capacitor that looks rather dark. So maybe we've got a shorted. Well, that wouldn't keep it from beeping, though. I mean, it wouldn't let it turn on if one of these was shorted, but I don't think it would keep it from at least trying to do something. But anyway, we do have signs of roach infestation. Everyone loves a good infestation. To quote Joey, infestation to the nation? No, it doesn't quite work the same, does it? Infestation to the nation. Let's look around this board a second. Let me switch to the microscope. Yeah, I do have a microscope with a meter. Yeah, that capacitor there just is not encouraging. Do we have a short? I am in continuity mode. Do we have a short right here? Let's see. Yeah, we're beeping. 1143 ohms. Does not a short make. How about the other one? So we've got corrosion in this area, but we're not shorted. Okay. What about our 5-volt rail? Is it shorted? No. Okay, I'm going to have to give this board some voltage. It's not not giving us any secrets. Is this fuse good right here? Yeah. Yep, this may just be a dead south bridge. Let's check. Is that showing up? A lot of focus, isn't it? 3.3, 1.15. This is that 2-volt rail. Do we have a short on this little capacitor right here? Because that connects to the south bridge. 500 ohms. No, we don't. The plot thickens. All right. I want to give this board 12 volts and see what happens. Let's just see. Overhead. Turn on that camera. Come on down, power supply. Join us. Our camera. That looks horrible. Let me get that cord out of the way. It's trying to focus on the wrong things there. Why are you not cooperating? That's not very readable. Not very readable. Okay. All right, I'm going to give it 12 volts at 1,000 amps and see what happens. Okay. Oh, my leads are touching over here. I don't know where did the beep come from? Make sure the polarity is right. We don't want to mess that up. All right, I'm going to give it 12 volts, see what kind of current draw we get. We're dead. 9 milliamps. Let me switch to DC voltage on this meter. And let me just lock this thing on, say, the 20 volt range. Oh, where's my meter? Hello, hello. People still coming in? Is that poop? That could be roach poop. Yes. Because roaches only eat, breed, and poop. All right, I'm giving it 12 volts. I'm guessing we have 5 volts. We do have 5 volts. Okay. Do we have 3.3? We have 3.3. We have 1.15. Yes, we do. Do we have this 2-volt rail? I think it's over here. 1.9. Yeah, that's there. The gang is all here. Do we have 3.3 making its way out to the south bridge? No. I can't remember if that's 3.3. But that's the rail that usually shorts whenever your south bridge goes. Yeah, we're getting 5 volts over here. But she doesn't attempt to do much of anything. It sounds like a dead south bridge. We got all of our rails though. 1.15 and the 3.3 and the 2. What is this one up here? That one's not there right now. I can't recall what it is. But that means we got 3.3 to our NOR chip down here, I believe. Yeah, we do indeed. So this thing should be trying to read its software. Do we have our voltages to the Wi-Fi Bluetooth module? Just curious. 1.8, and there should be a 3.3 somewhere. 3.3. So the Wi-Fi, even as bad as it looks, that area is working. It's got its rails. So far, no shorts. Let me look at this again. I'm just watching the current draw. Oh wait, now it started. What the heck? Thing started that time. I'm sorry. Let me turn that back on. Yeah, I just gave it 12 volts. Watch the current draw. Look at that. 298 milliamps and back down. I didn't have that before. What gives? I don't like intermittence. Yeah, I think this thing will try to turn on now. All right, let me clean up this area around the Wi-Fi Bluetooth. I don't think that's the problem though. I don't know what the problem is. But I would swear just a moment ago when I gave it 12 volts, it stayed at like 9 milliamps and did not do anything. So I'm hoping we don't have something intermittent going on. Just like to get all that nastiness off of there because eventually it will corrode away these capacitors and cause them to short. Okay, I got it clean, but now my desktop is nasty. All right. What changed? The board doesn't look like it's been worked on at all. I mean, at all. I do see a scratch right there. Okay. It would not turn on earlier. It wouldn't even try. Something changed. Let me straighten up this liquid metal a little. I'm concerned that we've got an intermittent here of some kind. Because you saw before I started, I tried to turn it on. Nothing, not even a beep before I took it apart. And when I gave it 12 volts, it drew like 9 or 10 milliamps and just sat there. Way too much alcohol. I'm just trying to get this film off of there. Have to let that clear up some. Power button. It is possible because somebody has been messing in here. Somebody's been in this front panel. I don't see any broken traces on this end of the power button. I can't see the other end yet. But they've obviously been in here because this ribbon cable is flipped. It should be turned the other way. And the ribbon cable for the LEDs has been chewed on a fair amount. Not sure if you can see that too well. It's gotten over in the area of the screw there just a little bit. It doesn't look torn or totally in two, but it has been assaulted. So let me clean up this liquid metal. I think she'll try to turn on. I am concerned as to why it wasn't earlier. Yeah, maybe the power button's just bad. It happens. Come on. Come on, work with me here. What did I do? That's not cooperating. This is a regular clean cotton swab and see if I can get this to spread for me. That's better. Yeah, power button would make sense why it didn't turn on, but why didn't it draw more than 9 milliamps the first time I applied power to the board out of the chassis? I forgot we got a bad HDMI, but that won't, you know, that shouldn't keep it from turning on. Let me clean the heat sink. I don't think anybody's ever cleaned this heat sink. It's been dry in a spot there for a while. Gets very oxidized. There we are. And when this alcohol dries, we'll we'll get it to work back in there. The critter litter, 9 milliamps makes sense if it's dead. If it's not, you know, if the south bridge is not booting. Because the current draw you see is from the south bridge. Honestly, the majority of it is from the SSD controller waking up. That's where you get a lot of that initial 300 milliamps you see is the SSD waking up, the controller waking up and accessing those chips. Yeah, we've got roach nastiness here. It's just nasty. Not as bad as it could be, though. All right, let's see if this will spread out now that the alcohol is dried out. But I sure think it's gonna try to turn on. Maybe a beep on off at that point, but at least I think it'll beep. Yeah, made a bit of a mess there. Get back on there. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Didn't look at that real close. Oh, we've got several damaged pins on this ribbon cable down here. I'm going to leave that unplugged right now. There's several pins like mushed together on one end, and we don't need this to turn it on. We'll need it to connect the controller unless we plug in the back. I'm going to leave that cable unplugged. I will connect the LED ribbons. I'm going to go ahead and put the clamp on it. So if it does fire up, maybe we won't overheat immediately. Give us a few seconds. Okay. Don't dump all my screws out. AC. And I forgot that I had unplugged it over here. All right. Let me get where you can see the ribbon cables and stuff. Let me get that meter off the screen. Okay. Power. Power supply started. Is she going to try to turn on? Nope. Excuse me. Is that power button just bad? All right. It won't. The eject won't beep though if the drive's not in there. All right, we're going to short to ground. Is it this one right? There we go. So we do have a problem with our button. The cable's probably destroyed. I think we're coming on. White light, perhaps? It just cut off. Well, that's not good. It flashed for a while and then cut off. Okay. Oh, we're restarting. Okay, that was a restart. Sorry, that was probably the storage check. I was about to trigger the button again. Glad I didn't. Oh, the 3 beeps. Oh, you know what it is? The white LED is not working. That's why it looked like it went off. It's on right now, but the white LED is not working. Possibly because of the ribbon cable. Yeah, we're on. We're fixed. All right. Bye, everybody. Not quite that easy. We still got a lot of ports to fix. But yeah, we've got these ribbon cables. I do have these ribbon cables. I ordered a bunch of them from AliExpress a long time ago. I don't have like the later models. The board is shorter, so the ribbon cable has to be longer. I don't have those. But I've got this length. I got a bunch of them. Let me just check something. It's on. It's going to overheat eventually. Let's see if we can we sub in another cable? Ribbon cables. Yes, that right there should do nicely. Now, can I get it over here? I just want to see that white light. Could still be a problem on the LED board, but I'm going to guess the cable has just been. It just looks a little rough around the edges. So now, if I hook up over here, there we go. White light. So I don't understand why it wasn't giving me more than 9 milliamps earlier in this. I don't know. It was not acting like it was going to turn on at all. I'm trying to fish this ribbon cable out while it's on, which is probably a terrible idea, but all right, I got it out. Let's see. Well, that end doesn't look broken. How about the other end? Well, I got some corrosion going on. But I'm going to guess the issue is here in the middle. Oh, yeah. That's gotten in the path of those screws. There's another spot, too, I seem to remember. Where was it? Excuse me. Oh, pardon me. Anyway, I'm guessing it's just gotten stretched right here in the middle and broken. Yeah. I thought I saw another rough spot. Anyway, to the garbage. Let me shut this off. I need both ribbons. I think I've got these ribbons too. I need to shut it off though before it overheats. Ah, damn it. I bumped it, so it's going to go to sleep mode now. I was trying not to, bump it. Let me just pull this thing. It's going to go to sleep now. So what did they do to this ribbon cable here for the power button? I think I have some of those too. Yeah, I went to sleep. I thought, oh yeah, there they are. I need to order the newer ones, I guess, but this was, in the early days of the PS5, I got the ones I needed for the early models. I'm going to take this front panel out anyway to flip this around. Yeah, we got to get to the front panel anyway because we got to replace the front USB port. All right. Will she wake up now? Hey, the button works. Now, what is wrong with this one? Oh, that's what's wrong with it. Right there. Yep. That'll do it. Every time. In the garbage with that one. What are we talking about? Hey, Mayor Fix. I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize. There's Roy. Yeah, Roy, I've got your power supplies here we need to take a look at. Thank you for sending those. Honestly, I was waiting on them to show up at my house, and I realized that I gave you the P.O. box, and they've been sitting there for a week or two. And I finally realized, oh, they're at my P.O. box. But I do have them now. All right. Excuse me. Let me shut this back down. So we need an HDMI port. We need a front USB port. Do we need a rear USB port? I don't remember. All right, we're powered down now. Let me look at the back. No, rear USB ports look fine. Ethernet looks fine. So, yeah, front USB-A could be better. All right, let's get this back apart. Welcome. Oh, everything's good. I've just been busy, Mayor Fix. I've just been slammed with work, my regular job. I was on vacation for a week. Outside of that, working every day. And then I got sick with a strep throat. So I've been under the weather there. I couldn't really talk and record anything or stream anything. So I'm not 100% now, but I wanted to do something. I felt like I felt obligated to do something to show that I was not in fact dead. But yeah, I'm fine. I've just been extremely busy. And that's the way my job is. It's just kind of a feast or famine type thing. We're either really busy or not busy at all. So, yeah. And here lately, it's just been very busy. . Let's see. Okay. See signs of corrosion all around the board from the roach nastiness. Okay, I need to do a HDMI port. My first time doing an HDMI port, so no one make fun of me. I'm very sensitive. Very sensitive about those things. And front USB-A, I do have some of those. What I used to do, I think I've used them all. I had several of these front boards, you know, like repaired with ports and everything on them, so I could just swap out the board, you know, the port, the whole board here. I mean, and fix the port at my leisure. I think I need to catch up on that somewhat. But as it is, I'm just going to have to replace them. Let's see if we can get this port tinned up. I'm using my own private custom-made flux. I'm just kidding. No, this is cheap Kingbo flux. I don't make my own flux. I have zero interest in making my own flux. Absolutely zero interest. Okay. That will work. I'm going to get rid of that pad right there. Talk about something that stinks. If you forget it's on there and you go to heat it up and melt it, that stinks so bad. Maybe a little bit of flux. Maybe a little bit of flux. I did finally 3D print me a little holder, a little stand here for some flux. It's too light though. I need some weight to it or something, or I need to use some double-sided adhesive tape to stick it down so it'll stop moving. It's just too light. I 3D printed. It's got a little reservoir for it, so if it leaks out, it collects down there. I found that on, I think it was Thingiverse. But at least it's not just oozing all over my workbench anymore. All right. Exciting times. Oh, sorry, what are we saying? Toltec merch? No, there is no merch. Sorry. Who would want my who would want my merch? No one. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Well, I was going to show you what I meant to show you. I'm going to hang it off the edge of the board. I'm going to put down this little mat here, and I'm going to put my Omnivice back over here with some padding under it to give me some weight back there so the board will stop trying to run away from me. Because we all hate it when the board runs away from us. All right, where are my favorite tweezers? Here they are. Already pulled the little foam pad out from under there, so we'll have to smell that. Ooh. Is that out of focus? I think it is. Just a second. That's better. That's much better. And she is off. We'll add a little fresh flux there. I'm going to add some leaded solder to these mounting holes. And maybe a little bit on these pins as well. Now what do I do with that Newport? Well, there it is. Lay it on my bench and lose it. Yeah, we're starting to flow. There we go. Come on. There we go. Cooperate. That one, there we go. That one hole did not want to cooperate. Oops. Come on now. Work with me. I think it's down pretty good. I was just trying to maybe straighten it a little. And I'm going to leave it alone. Might touch those up a little. Not too bad, but good thing. Yeah. How old am I? Let's see. I am 58. Anyway, at some point you just need to leave it alone. And I need to clean it up. Need to clean that up. Oops. Just giving it a little bit of heat to get that flux to come out from under there. That'll work. Got pretty good flow through on the joints. I needed to touch up the back side of it a little though. Haven't even touched that yet. All right. I'm going to leave that alone, I think. I need to clean out the inside of the port, though. See a little flux down there. All right. Let's, I'm going to try to clean out the inside of the port. Using my own brand of cotton pellets. Not really. Little alcohol. And where's my deoxit? There we go. Oops. Well, this pellet is too tough for this. Doesn't want to bend and get in there. They do tend to vary a lot in their size, I notice. Oh, come on. Let me get another cotton pellet, because that one is like not playing. There we are. Now we got some deoxit down in here. All right, so that's fixed. And as far as I know, the other ports are all fine. On the back, on the main board here. Yeah, they don't look cracked or anything. Okay. All right now, so that can go to the side. We need this. We need this front panel out of here, which should just be sitting here, since those back screws were missing. Power supply will hold a little pressure on it, but there we go. Get that out of the way. This is just some red red deoxit. What is this model? D100-2C. So 2 milliliters. I just get these little small red tubes of it. Of course, I've got several of them. I don't use much at all. I just use a tiny amount down in there, because I find like if you can clean the port really well, and it'd be beautifully clean with alcohol, and you wiggle the HDMI plug, and you'll see it break up some, because I think the contacts are like sliding over each other, and you get a little contact bounce as they slide over each other. Add a little bit of that deoxit, just a little bit, and then they just kind of slide real smooth, and you don't have that intermittent breakup. But that's just me. That's what I like to do. So I need to fix this. This ribbon cable back where it goes. Right there, and then under there. kind of like that. Just like factory. But we had a problem. Yeah, we got to get this board out, don't we? I've already made a mess on the workbench here. Let's get rid of that HDMI port. It's no good to us anymore. Some roach nastiness there. You can see it hiding in there. To the garbage can. It doesn't want to come out voluntarily, so we're going to have to help it. So yeah, this thing had roaches in it. Nowhere near as bad as some. I've seen some horrible ones. But usually by the time I see them, I've bought the thing, so I've got to go ahead and fix it or take the loss. I'm just cleaning some roach nastiness off that LED board. All right, put you off to the side. And let me hang on. Let's look at this ribbon cable under the microscope. Questionable. Highly questionable. And fold it over. I'm gonna have to find one of these. I have some. That are, they don't have the locking ears on it I can use. You just have to be careful when you line them up. But they will work. Because that one is done. I mean, I can flatten these out and it might work. But, I mean, that's at the point it's about to break anyway. Yeah. Anyway, we need a 40 pin. I think that's a 40 pin ribbon. I can't remember. And there is our USB port. Now let me confirm that I have a new one on hand. I'm pretty sure I do. Oh, of course, you got the spray cans. Yeah, I've used the spray cans before in a previous job, but to me, it's easier to control it. Put it on the end of on some cotton, because I really don't. I don't want to use too much of it. I don't want it to go everywhere because it is kind of oily and it will attract dirt. I like to put a thin layer on there. Where are those USBs? Probably in the drawer labeled PS5 USBs. Looks like I've got 2 drawers full of them. Got the, oh, there's one. Is that the same thing? Yeah, I guess so. So this must be is this the rear ones? Yeah, that's the rear ones. So I've got, I think that's the A. There's the C's. Put this right here. Should be exactly what we need. Yep. All right. Okay. Give me just a second to get something to drink. My throat's getting a little raw. I'm going to run to the kitchen. Not sure if that's in range of my microphone or not, but just need to give my throat a little help. I think that's the last. Well, we got to replace some ribbon cables, but otherwise, I think we'll get this port replaced. We're ready to test it. I'm not sure what I did wrong. Why it wouldn't, like when I first applied 12 volts to that board, it didn't seem to draw any current. That still concerns me. It still concerns me. Don't like intermittents because they always come back. Okay, let me mute my mic a second so I can blow my nose. Okay. Yeah, I do have some of the good ice. Yep. I do have some, I guess you call it a pellet ice machine in there. That's just a little bit of a fireball over it to help my throat out. All right, where were we? I think I can put this drawer up. That is the same port. It is. Where's the old Omni vise? Okay. Flux, what I'm going to do is put some flux, and I'm going to use a little bit of low melt solder to help get this out. Get these joints flooded real good. Come on, get in there. We get this fixed, though, I might move on to some power supplies that Roy sent me. Thank you, Roy. If you do that right, it sometimes will just fall right out if you get enough of that low melt down in there. If not, I'll hit it with some hot air. There we are. Just like pulling a bad tooth. Now I do want to remove all this low melt. I don't want to leave it on there, because it's really bad for holding things on. Very brittle. Okay. Looks like a mess because I've cooked the flux. Let's see how she cleans up though. I need to clean this side. Yep, let me flip it over and clean the other side of it. Yeah, one side was clean, the other side not so much. We'll get there though. Trying to come out of there, isn't it? Out of that hole. We have to do it from the other side. Okay, we gotta get it out of that hole right there. Flip it back over. That right there is being a bit of a pain. Just try to be patient. May have to give it some extra heat. The board's cooled down a lot now since when I was initially heating it to get that port off. Okay. Let's do this another way. It's going to be difficult. We're going to try to, well, what I can do is add a little leaded solder down in there. See if we can draw it out that way. Nope. Nope. Okay. There's going to be a pain. There's always one. Always one. So we'll push it out with a needle from the other side. Not as clean as I would like for it to be. We'll leave that alone for now. What about this other hole over here? Sometimes about the other side. It came pretty clean. Just got gunk all down in there I need to get out. All right, I'm gonna leave that alone. Let's put a port on this thing and see. There we go. solder. Anyway. Get rid of some of this flux. Okay. Okay. I think that's going to work anyway. How often do I stream? Not often enough. Not often enough. It really is dependent upon my work schedule. And one of those legs came out. Actually, several legs came out. Hope those are out of the old port. Let's hope so. Not the new port. All right, I need another ribbon cable. And what I have, these are hard to come by unless you get, some pulls from a board. But I do have these. 40 pin, 50 millimeters, half millimeter pitch. I think I will use one of these. A little longer. But we have to line it up very carefully. Microscope. Well, let's just go ahead and lower that down. So, get this started. Get it centered. And drive it home. That's not quite where I want it. See, I can see some of it in this hole and not in that one. So I'm going to pull that back. We're going to try this again. No, too far that way. And I'll just keep going back and forth till I get it right where I think it should be. And then hope I don't accidentally pull it out when I'm reassembling. Come on now. Work with me. Am I asking too much? Now that I could live with. There we go. I think that'll work. Yep, no ears at the pain. But it's doable, it's just a pain. As are many things in life. Now we can put this back together. Let's see if it works. Get some stuff out of the way. What do I do with that front trim? So we replaced 3 ribbon cables. Every ribbon cable hooked to this, you know, that one for the power button and eject, front USBs, the LED ribbons, they've all been replaced. See a little bit of liquid metal. I'll try to get that up when I can. It makes a mess. All right. Let's slip it back together. And you go right in there. Get these Wi-Fi cables in the right spot. I need to go ahead and put some screws in the back of this before it falls out. Well, I have one. They had the wrong place. Let me see if I can find another one. Well, there's 2 of the ones we're going to need for the top panel. Let me go ahead and drop those in there. Those are the flat nose ones. Should come up from above. Should go into basically, I guess it's, where is it? Here? And down here somewhere. I need one more of those little pointy ones though. There we go. All right. Oh yeah, I was going to go ahead and put these pointy ones in the back so the board will stop moving on me. Okay. Well, those were not stripped. Always a good sign. Let me push this liquid metal back over the face of it there. Looks like it's got plenty of it. Swimming in it. And yeah, we've got plenty here. All over the face of it. Hope our front USB ports work. All right, now hello everyone. Now again, we got to line up this other cable, which does not have the ears. But it's what I have on hand. I could probably open up a donor or something and get one, but who has time for that? That looks pretty well centered. Yeah, it shifted as it went in there though. Okay. I think that is close enough for government work. I think. Okay. And I'll have to put a nice little bend in that. You know, make it lay down flat. We can do that though. Let's get some cables hooked up. All right, now let me get my monitor on over here. Not gonna worry about the Blu-ray drive and all that stuff just yet. All right. Let me flop over this other camera. Where is that camera? There we are. All right, so what do you think? Is it going to work? Is it going to turn on? Is it going to give a picture? Is the front USB ports going to work? These are the questions. I didn't hook the fan up, but whatever. Just like to see it spin. Here we have a picture. All right. Now I'm going to hook up. Let me see if I get power. Like if I hook this up, it should start glowing. Yep, we got power. But that one was working. That means our ribbon cable is in good though. But I want to find. Let me find a USB-A to C cable, which I probably have hanging up nearby. Because we did change out our USB-A port. I'd like to see it give power and have data for syncing. All right. Yeah, this should be a good cable. USB-A to C. Do we get power? We get power. Do we sync? We do sync. All righty. I don't know what's going to pop up on this thing. Oh, whatever. Oh, I want to do the HDR adjustments because this TV has HDR. I bought this TV in my local Sam's Club, which is a division of Walmart, you know, if you're not familiar in other countries. But it was $128 US. A 50-inch 4K TV. There we go. We are working. We're working. What firmware it's on? Let me see. System console information. It is 12. So it is not exploitable firmware. So even though it is an old console, it has been updated. What do we think? Another one fixed. Yeah, I need to put it back together. Well, let me shut this thing down. Get it put back together. Need to check out that Blu-ray drive. Sometimes the rollers are dirty in there, you know. Is it getting hot? Yes, without a fan, yes, it will get hot, but it'll take it a while. Of course, I'm not playing. If I were to start a game up, it would probably, you know, get hot quicker. But it's just going to beep at you 3 times and shut off. But yes, it will overheat. You can't run it very long like that, especially not with a game running. But for a quick test like that, it's fine. It's fine. bumping that camera. Okay. I need to, like I mentioned, I need to give me a nice little bend in this ribbon cable down here. Like so. There we go. We'll just kind of tuck it under there like that. There you go. I'm seeing some roach nastiness on this ribbon cable and the bend of it. Yuck. Okay. Like I said, it has had roaches, but I've seen much worse. I've worked on much worse, unfortunately. I already put the screws in the back of it. I think I have enough screws to put this thing back together. I think we're about to find out. Second while I cough. Ah, better. Oh, these little pans here, well, kind of a funny story where these came from. My mother used to take some breathing treatments, and the little treatment packet, whatever, came in these, and she saved them up. She's passed on now. She died, May of 2021, or March. I think it was March. But anyway, she gave me these because she was like hoarding them. She said these things got to be useful for something. So I took a bunch of them, and I use them. And every time I use them, I think about her. But that's what it was. Some kind of it had like a foil, glued foil thing across the top of it. This is how they shipped these little breathing treatment things. I don't know why, but anyway. But they make perfect little parts pans. And it's just kind of a little reminder of my mom. So I keep them around. Now what I need for a face cam is I need another HDMI camera. I gotta find a decent one, cheap one. I mean, I can just get another one like this one. This camera here is pretty cheap, the overhead one. I don't have an expensive streaming setup. I'm not a professional streamer. So I kind of go cheap, I guess. But because apparently I'm only going to be able to use like one USB type camera without running into conflicts. And I have a 4-port capture card, so in theory I could add it there. I was kind of saving that last port for the output of a gaming console, but I never seem to do it that way anyway. Of course, with HD copy protection, you got to go in there and turn that off to get it to work. So I usually just kind of, point at the monitor. That's kind of how I do it. So I haven't used that last input. Come on, go straight. You get in a hurry, nothing ever goes right. So don't get in a hurry. I believe you were short one screw on the top of the Blu-ray drive. I think we can come up with that. Sure hope this Blu-ray drive works. I have repaired one console recently. Hadn't happened too often, but we had one recently that I got it working, and then the Blu-ray drive was not the correct one for it. So I still have, I need to convert it to a digital, see if I've got a digital chassis to put it in. I messaged the person I bought the system from, said, hey, didn't have the right drive with it. Do you happen to have it? Of course, you don't hear back from them. Oops. I'm about to forget to run my other Blu-ray cables, not Blu-ray, my other Wi-Fi Bluetooth cables over here and properly secure them. I do like these stickers. Somebody in my chat recommended these. I got them off Amazon, cheap as everything. But they're a good replacement for these things. And I tried some I got from Walmart, just some really cheap Avery brand ones. They would not stick for anything. They just refused to stick. But these seem to do pretty well. Thought there was, yeah, there's another one goes right in there. I like to do that. I don't know, it makes me feel good putting all these little stickers on there and making it, back like it was when it left the factory. Of course, the idea of it is to keep you from flattening it when you put this on there, or keeps the cable out of the way of anything from pinching it. All right, what am I forgetting here? That's all hooked up. These cables are hooked up. Where's the top cover? I'm guessing Yeah, it's missing that little conductive foam piece. I always like to put that back if I can. That goes in there. It likes to fall out. But it's not in here, so I'm not going to be replacing it. Did not get one. All right, is that the right? I'm just giving a quick look to see if these are the right screws in some of these holes. That one is right. That one right there is right. But sometimes, they'll mix them up and put the wrong ones. The threaded machine one and where the plastic biting one should go. I want to say one of these was stripped over here, right there. Well, this has been bent pretty good. Didn't notice that. This corner right here has been like somebody pried on it with a screwdriver right there. Kind of popped up. Not gonna really hurt anything. It may push up that little, that little fin that sits there. All right, is this screw gonna tighten? Because it sure seemed like it was. Yeah, she's fine. What am I missing? Missing that one. So I don't need it. This is one I dug out of my spare ones. Let me get one of these little silver ones. Where's our power ribbon? I see it over here. I have not seen a ripped fan connector in a while. Strange. It was missing that little sticky cover there. But somebody has sanded on that a little for some reason. I hope this piece, if I had noticed that earlier, I would have, put a little heat on it and bend it back into position. Because this is ABS, it's a thermoplastic, so it's formed with heat. All right, let's make sure it turns on. What do I do with that remote? I guess I could put the covers back on it. Bear with me a second. All right. Where's my camera? Where's my camera? All right. Turn on. And she works. Oh, asked about the ribbon cables earlier. That came from AliExpress. I've had them for a while. I don't remember where I got them from. But And they may have them now they may have the ones on Ollie now with the ears, but at the time, I could not find the one with ears, so I just got one that had the right pitch and the right width and the right number of contacts, and went with that, you know. Okay. Well, I think that one's going to be done. I am going to have to get off for now. I got a text from some of my friends that want to meet for lunch, so I'm going to end the stream here. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll probably be back in about an hour, and we will take a look at some of Roy's power supplies. How's that sound? I don't know what's in this box. He may not have sent me, maybe he just sent me a brick. I don't know, but what'd you send me, Roy? We'll see what's in there, though. We'll take a look at them. But right now, I'm going to go meet some friends for some lunch. I do appreciate y'all joining me. The little paper stickers, I'll have to find they came off Amazon. Somebody in my chat recommended them. Let's see if I can, maybe I'll come back, maybe I'll have some links ready for you. How's that sound? Well, anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. I've been streaming. It's been 2 hours already. I'm going to just grab some lunch, and I'll come back, and we will do it some more. We'll do some power supplies. Okay? So, yep, I will. Thanks, Worms. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming. See you later.